My first couple of years in church, one of the things I started realizing was that in most of the sermons that I was hearing by good men, by good people, but they were what I would call ought to sermons. You said, what do you mean ought to? These would be sermons that would tell me what I ought to be doing, but did not equip me to do it. Somebody would tell me I ought to pray. I'm like, well, I know I ought to pray. I remember one time there was a fellow that came to our church, and he had come from another church, and the other church, good pastor, but they were very involved with Dr. Paul Young Cho, who developed Prayer Mountain in Seoul, Korea. And so they had this mountain there where their church members would go to pray. And when they were facing really deep problems, as often as not, before they would even counsel with them or minister to them one-on-one, they would send them to Prayer Mountain to fast and pray for a few days. And so his pastor was trying to move his church in that direction. And unfortunately, he didn't build the foundation first. He didn't teach people how to pray. He didn't model it. And so it just became something that you talk about. And so he was facing this really incredibly difficult situation. And so his pastor told him, he said, they had a little prayer mountain that they had started. So his pastor told him, said, you go to Prayer Mountain and fast and pray for a few days. And his response was, if I could fast and pray for a few days, I wouldn't have a problem. If I could fast and pray for a few days, I wouldn't be here asking you for counsel. I wouldn't be asking you for input.